welcome back to my channel for another day of Vlogmas. This was not the video that I had planned for today. Yesterday, my camera semi-broke. My husband was able to fix it, but I had been vlogging all day up until about 5 o'clock, and Reagan, she tried to like climb onto the counter from like the bottom step. Like she opened a drawer and stood on it and started to fall. My camera was charging on the counter and she started to fall and she pulled on the cord and my camera, it just shattered. Like the lens came out and then it went back in. I don't really know what happened. My camera is one of those ones that you like can flip the top up so you can see yourself, and that came up. I was a little bit dramatic because he was able to fix it. Like I don't even know how he was able to fix it. All I know is that he basically can fix anything for me, so I'm super thankful that I have like a really handy husband. But I literally thought I was going to have to get a new camera and I just bought this one. So I didn't get to finish yesterday's vlog and I need a video to go up for tomorrow. So I decided to do a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that I was going to be filming a Q&A. I never got around to filming it because kids, they were on Thanksgiving break and it just was a mess. So I decided to film it today. So I have all the screenshots from all the questions that you guys asked and we're just going to get into them. Question number 1, any advice on recovering from a C-section with a toddler and a newborn? Baby number 2 due soon. First of all, congratulations on baby number 2. And the biggest advice I can give you is just take it as easy as you can. I know it's easier said than done, but you just have to take it easy on yourself. With my first pregnancy, that was obviously different because it was my first and I wasn't chasing after any other kids. But my second C-section, I did way too much, way too soon, and I just prolonged my recovery and I put myself in unnecessary pain. My biggest tip is to just accept help wherever you can and don't exert yourself too much. I know it can be super overwhelming when you have a newborn and a toddler and your house is becoming a mess and you have laundry to do or dishes to do. Just understand it's a phase of your life that you're going to go through, and it's better to like have a full recovery and like a little bit of a messy house than to try to like exert yourself and do everything and have everything cleaned and everything perfect. You're just gonna slow down your healing time and just make it harder on yourself. So just soak in all those cuddles with your newborn and your toddler and this adjustment that you guys are going to be going through, going from 1 to 2. The next question was a 2-for-1. She asked 2 different questions. So the first one was, how do you balance YouTube motherhood and being a wife? If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I've gone through like ups and downs where I'm like putting out a lot of content like super frequently, like 3 times a week, and I'll be consistent with that for a while. And then I'll go weeks without posting anything, or sometimes I'll just post once a week consistently for like 6 months in a row. Getting back to the question, that's why you see that I post like consistent a lot of the times, and then sometimes I go into that where I'm not posting at all. I have finally figured out that if I'm not being a good mom and a good wife and putting like efforts into my family and my home life, it's going to like reflect on videos, and I feel almost like I would be being a fake for videos, if that makes sense. I have to make sure that my home life and my personal life is really good and running smoothly and everyone is happy before YouTube. YouTube for me is fun. I don't make money from it. I don't live off my YouTube income or anything like that. I just do it because it's more of a hobby for me and it gives me like an outlet because I am a stay-at-home mom and I'm not like interacting with people every single day. But if you're putting YouTube first, or if you're a working mom and you're only putting like your work first, your family is gonna suffer from it. So you just have to find that happy medium balance of making sure that your home life is good before you even take on anything else. And then her second question was, what is the best advice you can give young women trying to become a YouTuber? I have 2 huge pieces of advice for anybody wanting to start YouTube. The first one is you have to learn to take criticism. You have to learn to take the negative, because as much as people are going to tell you you're doing a good job, there are always going to be people out there trolling and telling you that what you're doing is not right. So you have to be able to have like a rough exterior shell to keep going. If I were to listen to the things that people have told me over the years, I would feel like a really bad mom. So you have to have a tough shell. And the second thing is you have to be real. There are so many people on YouTube that I feel are so fake, or doing things for the views or to get like sponsorships and things like that. And I feel like when people watch that, they can see through it. I don't know how they don't know that people see through it when I watch some people sometimes, but you have to be real, you have to be authentic, you have to be real so that people can relate to you. So my two biggest tips is to have a good, tough exterior and just be yourself. Next question is, hi Alex, how is life with 4 kids versus 2? Also, do you plan on going back to work? I will say the biggest adjustment for me was not like 2 to 4 kids or 2 to 3. It was from 1 to 2. I feel like that was like the biggest life change. I mean, other than having a baby, because that completely changes you. But once you get into that routine of like being a mom and being a parent, and you kind of feel like you have it down, going from 1 to 2 is really hard. But going from 2 to 4 is hard in a different way. So because I have like basically 2 sets, I have 2 older and 2 younger, the older 2 can kind of help me out with the younger 2 now, which is so nice. They can get diapers, they can fill up bottles for me, they can pick up messes better than the younger 2, so that is really nice. But at the same time, having 4 kids and going anywhere is so hard because there's always going to be 1 or 2 that are unhappy. There's always going to be 1 or 2 that are needing something. When you go to the store with 2 kids, you can kind of handle 2 kids. You can hold one and then you can hold the other one's hand. But when you have 4, you don't have 4 arms and you're like always chasing after people. I definitely feel like I am the crazy person when I go to the store with all 4 kids and people just look at me like I am completely crazy. I would definitely say going from 2 to 4, you're going to definitely have your hands full and you're going to be so much busier than you are with just 2 kids. But you're gonna have like a bond with each kid. No matter how many you have different bonds with them. And I don't know, it just completely makes all the chaotic mess worth it. To answer the second question, am I going back to work? If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you guys probably know that before I became a stay-at-home mom, I was a hairstylist and I was working 5 to 6 days a week, which is a lot, and I truly was not with my kids so much. I was only with them like 1 full day a week and then in the early mornings and at night. And that was really, really hard. Once we were able to get to that point when I was pregnant with my 3rd that I could be a stay-at-home mom, it has just been so nice because I get to take the kids to school every day, I get to pick them up every day, I get to go help in their classes, I take them to sports, I do everything for them, which is really, really nice. There are times where I miss working, but I don't plan on going back to work anytime soon, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back to work doing hair. Like it's not for me anymore. But I have started my own photography business and it's slowly picking up. I love photography, I love YouTube, I love being able to be creative, and I kind of feel like that's why I got into hair, is because I loved being creative and making people feel good. Long story short, I'm not going to be going back to work anytime soon. I do eventually want to go back to school when Jackson is a little bit older, but I can't even imagine going back to school right now because he's so young, and then with 3 kids in school, like I just don't have the time to do that. But eventually, once he's a little bit older, I want to go back to school and I don't know, pick a new career. I don't know what that career is going to be. I used to want to do something in the medical field, but I just don't think I could do that anymore with so many kids. So I don't know, we will see. But for now, I'm just super happy and super blessed to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. Next question is, what is your favorite TV show and favorite movie? I have 2 favorite shows of all time that I've watched like over and over and over again. So the first one is Sons of Anarchy. I have seen all of the seasons probably like 5 or 6 times, and if I'm bored at home and I just want noise on in the background, that is what I'll turn on. And I don't even need to like be watching it. My husband thinks I'm like such a freak for this, but like I can just hear what they're saying, and because I've seen it so many times, like I can picture it in my head and I can continue doing what I'm doing. I just like having like the noise in the background. So that is one of my all-time favorite shows. And then the second is Grey's Anatomy, and I'm super happy that it is still on because I get to watch like the older stuff, but I get to watch newer stuff as well. If you guys like Sons of Anarchy, like I am freaking obsessed. Like my kids have night shirts that are Sons of Anarchy, like I have stuff that's Sons of Anarchy, like I'm completely obsessed. Check out the new show on FX called Mayans. It's like the Sons of Anarchy spinoff. It's different, but it is still so good. Like, I don't know. I just like stuff like that. So those are my two favorite shows of all time. My favorite movie, I really never watch movies. Like if I could pick what I want to watch, I would choose a show, I think, over a movie. But my favorite movies of all time are all of the Indiana Jones movies. Like I have watched those over and over again since I was a little kid. Like I used to be obsessed with Harrison Ford. Like obsessed. I'm still a little obsessed with him. Even though he's old, like I'm still obsessed with him. But those are my favorite movies, like all of them, because it just is something that reminds me of my childhood, and like I love it into adulthood. Indiana Jones movies are my favorite, along with Jurassic Park. Like I'm freaking obsessed with Jurassic Park too. Like dinosaurs. I don't know. Indiana Jones and dinosaurs, like that's not really something like a girl would be into, but I don't know, kind of goes along with my obsession with motorcycles and Sons of Anarchy. Like, I don't know, I'm such a weirdo, you guys. Next question is, were you and your husband high school sweethearts? You guys are so cute together. No, we were not high school sweethearts. We didn't even go to the same school. We're not even from the same town. But we both did date someone like steadily through high school. I think he dated his like high school girlfriend for like 2 years maybe. Dated someone for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years throughout high school and into college. So no, we were not high school sweethearts. Next question is, I love watching you and your family on YouTube. You guys seem so authentic and so real. What is the best thing that describes you? I think the thing that describes me best is hot mess. Like 100%, I'm going to say it, is hot mess. I am all over the place every day. I lose my shit. Like literally I lose my mind, on top of losing like my phone and my keys and my like I lose everything because my mind is going like 100 miles per hour all the time. Like last night I literally slept like 2 hours, and then I woke up and I was awake from like 1 in the morning to like 5 in the morning because my brain just like wouldn't turn itself off. Like I am such a freak. So I would definitely say I'm a hot mess. Like I'm a put together hot mess. Like I may look put together on the outside, but like I'm just a mess, you guys. So definitely the words that describe me best would be hot mess. I think this video is getting super long because I talk too much. I don't even feel like I've answered that many questions, but I just keep talking. So maybe I'll ask you guys to ask me more questions again soon, and I can like get into more, because I feel like Q&As are really fun because you guys get to like know me like more on a personal level. The next question is, how does it feel being on YouTube, and does anybody ever recognize you? It's so weird to me that like people watch me because I feel like I am like the most boring person ever. Like I know I have a lot of kids, so that makes me not boring, but I live like a really basic boring life. Like I don't know, like I'm just a stay-at-home mom. But it's weird because people have come up to my husband and been like, oh, I watch your wife on YouTube, or like we've been out in our town, and like I know that people in like, because we live in a really small town, and I know that people watch my like YouTube channel because it's linked to my Instagram, and I only have one Instagram. So I have people who like have gone from YouTube and like started following me on Instagram, but it's also like people that like I went to school with or like grew up with. So I know a lot of people watch my like YouTube that I know, and I don't know, like that is super weird to me. Like for such a long time I was making YouTube videos, but I never put it on social media because that was just so weird to me that like people could see what I was doing who actually knew me. But the good part about that is I'm like the same person on camera that I am like when I go to the store. So I feel like it's okay because I'm real, but I don't know. Last question is, hi Alex, I've been watching you for such a long time, since right after you had your third baby. I love how you do your makeup. Any makeup tips or tricks to help a girl out? My biggest tip for makeup is to just know like your features. Like, yeah, it's really cool when you go onto Instagram or YouTube and you see all these girls doing like all this crazy makeup with like crazy contour and highlight and like winged eyeliner and like big ol' eyelashes. Like, it does look really, really pretty, but I mean, that's not real life for like most people. Like, I'm not gonna walk around with like glitter all over my eyes and like big ol' eyelashes. It's fun for like certain, you know, events or like certain parties or certain like celebrations, but that's not real life. So I think my biggest tip is to just like figure out what works for you, figure out what products work for you. I have a lot of products that I love that are from the drugstore. Like, you don't need to spend a lot of money on makeup. I do have like certain things that I prefer to like buy higher end stuff, but that's what works for me. And I think it's cool to have like a balance. Like, you don't need to go to like Ulta or Sephora and buy like everything super expensive, like high end makeup, because I don't know, it's just makeup. I love makeup, but at the end of the day, it is just that. It's just makeup. Just figure out what works for you and master that, I guess, is my biggest tip. When you find something you like, just get really, really good at it and be confident in it. And no matter what makeup you're using, you will rock it. I hope this video wasn't too long. I'm like an over talker. I'm an oversharer. I just like to tell everyone everything about my life. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, getting to know me a little bit more. I'll probably be posting on Instagram in a couple weeks because I know I had a lot of questions that I didn't get to today, and they're probably just gonna get lost in all my pictures. So I'll probably be posting on Instagram in a couple weeks for you guys to ask me more questions, and we'll get into some hopefully more juicy ones. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another day of Vlogmas. Bye guys.